Hello and welcome to my stream as I would react to the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and I hope this would do well because I'm using a PNG tuber model that I have, which is a basic one, by the way. I'm not using any other thing here, but what the hell. I'm gonna get right to this stream and get onto the direct myself. Whoosh! Here we go. Let's get started.
Let's go! Yahoo!
And by that somebody, of course, I am referring to the storyteller live stream. So, I hope you would enjoy the direct. And shh, I will give my own reactions to this direct. So, I hope you guys are ready because it's about to begin. I mean, it's about to begin. Wait a minute. What? What the hell is this game? It's supposed to be. Oh. Ah! Quite a surprise! Since I have given my copy of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe over to my little brother. Speaking about my little brother, he has a YouTube channel. You can subscribe to him while you watch this direct with me. And by the way, I'm hoping that you would enjoy the direct because this is my reaction to the whole thing. From April 2nd, but today is April 3rd, so who cares? So I thought I would do a stream about this direct at right around 7 or 7:30 p.m. right around that time period. First off, we introduce Mario Kart World. Well, first off, Nintendo would introduce Mario Kart World, even though it's going to come out on June 5th. Wait a minute. I had it in French for the subtitles or something. Like, what the heck? Oh my god. This is a disaster for me. quite a disaster for me if I were to use the French or whatever. Quite a disaster for me if I was using the French or whatever. Even though France has already given, well, even though the tariff thing happened yesterday as well. But who freaking cares? What we are here to discuss is what happened at this direct. At this direct in a nutshell. First off, a Mario Kart racing game gets announced for Switch 2. But I'm hoping that you guys would know that there would be an announcement about freaking, you know, yeah, there would be a freaking announcement about the Switch 2 that it's going to be available on June 5th. And by the way, I'm just reacting to this. So Nintendo, don't do what you got to do with this stream. And this is quite a surprise from Nintendo and all the third party supporters. Because we start off with some Nintendo games coming for Switch 2. Mario Kart World gets announced. More details will come on the Mario Kart World Direct on April 17th. Which that would be 3 days before Easter, by the way. So I thought I would do like a reaction / recap of the whole Switch 2 Direct. And here's the Joy-Con 2 controllers, as it would be introduced by one of the developers of the console with the C button. And if you're wondering what the hell is the C button is represented, well, here we go here. Alone, first off, all together. Game chat, which you could either chat without a camera or even chat without one. Either way, you could actually do that with the Switch 2. And of course, somebody blending to make a smoothie or something around those lines. And people can actually woohoo! Sorry, I couldn't resist. to this though, you guys. I'm going to put my PNG tuber model right over here, so that way you can still see the direct. Sorry, my VTuber model isn't working at the moment, but it will be at some point when I have a capture card working. Well, if I ever do have a capture card or a webcam here. But for now, I had to focus on what I have here. And that is with PNG Tuber Plus. To let me do my streams. Yeah. The C button is for the game chat. So I had the same thing about game chat, that Nintendo should have just used Discord for that instead of doing game chat. They should have just used Discord. They should have just used Discord. Oh, crap. There. I gotta lower the gravity. There we go. But with the webcam malfunctions, the only way that I could actually stream is with what was it? The only way that I could actually stream with those malfunctions for me is with PNG Tuber Plus because I don't have a working webcam at the moment, though. Bigger screen, same thickness. The original Switch has 6.2 inches, but the Switch 2 is much bigger than that of the original Switch. With smooth gameplay up to 120 frames per second. Vivid LCD HDR support. Joy-Con attached magnetically. Oh, and I'm sorry, guys. In case if there's some copyright stuff here, I am going to be putting one of my songs in play. Late night. I don't want to get copyrighted if I were to do this, but here's the thing with this. For my stream there, you guys, I am also using one of my songs that I recorded back on March 31st. Yeah, March 31st, which is back to Monday. I'm giving my VTuber a break until I have a working webcam. So until I have a working webcam, my VTuber won't be coming back until that sort of time period. Please, I hope you would understand the situation I am in. I mean, seriously. I hope you guys would understand the situation that I am in. And now I'm just tweeting it. With hashtag reaction and hashtag PNGTuber, hashtag Nintendo Direct. Hashtag Nintendo Switch 2. Hashtag Nintendo Direct. So there you go. I had to do that. And this is going to be one of those paid digital only games. By the way. This is basically the first direct, and this is the first stream that I am doing for the month of April. Yeah, the month of April. But yet, the game cards for the Switch 2 is basically freaking larger than the original, than the OG Switch game cards. So there you go. In case if you're wondering on that. And this is gonna have a C button and a GL and GR button. And it's like, huh? Like, what? Anyways, I'm also. Huh. And there will be games that would use those controllers and that camera. Yeah, that camera thing or whatever. Let's go. Yeet. Sorry, I just like saying yeet for some reason. But now I'm saying it on the stream here. But I am also doing is I will also be doing the Treehouse Live reactions. Man, Nintendo has made the Legend of Zelda, those two Legend of Zelda games from the original Switch, look wonderful on the Switch too. Not only wonderful, but also spiffy as well. I could tell you that much. But it's so freaking awesome, man. But it's so freaking awesome, man. You know that the Switch 2 is going to be awesome. No matter what. I mean, no matter what, Switch 2 is going to be awesome. But too bad I already spent my money this month because I would have saved up for it almost immediately after I saw the Switch 2 Direct myself back on April 2nd. And see what games would work on the Switch. Because I have quite a number of games from the OG Nintendo Switch. I got Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy 12, I mean to say. Final Fantasy 12. The Zodiac Age. I also have Bravely Default 2. Valkyria Chronicles 4. I have Fire Emblem Three Houses, Fire Emblem Warriors, Three Hopes, Fire Emblem Warriors, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, FE Encore, Ni no Kuni ReZero. I have the remaster of the OG Xenoblade Chronicles game for some reason. I have Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, Samurai Warriors 4, or should I say Sengoku Musou 4 DX, Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, Warriors Orochi 4 Ultimate, Fire Emblem Warriors. I have also Shin Megami Tensei 5, Persona 5, Persona 5 Strikers, Persona 5 Royal, Persona 5 Strikers, because I have Tactica on PS5 when I got it on there. I also have Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered and the Rebel Collection. I also have Sid Meier's Civilization 6, Deadly Premonition 2. I also have Starlink. The Wonderful 101. Catherine Full Body. But enough of me going on and on about the games I have on my Switch. Let's go back to the games here that is coming for Switch 2. Because we also have a wheelchair basketball game. Which you can use mouse controls for it. And by the way, this game isn't the only game that you can use mouse controls on it. Because there is another example of a game that which got announced for the Direct that would use mouse controls. And by the way, this is Elden Ring. But I don't think it would do that. Anyways, I will show you what I mean. So we could use that as an example. Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening Complete Edition, which got announced. Anyways, yeah, Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening is coming for Switch 2 on the same day, but it's also going to be on PS5. But is it going to come to Xbox Series? I don't think so. Capcom would actually bring Street Fighter 6. And yet Street Fighter 6 is freaking awesome, by the way. I have never got the game on PS5, but I might potentially get this on the Switch too. And this is Diamond X Machina. Yeah, the next game that gets a trailer is Daemon X Machina, that one got announced yesterday after Hades 2. And Daemon X Machina Titanic Zion is coming for September 5th. By the way, spoiler alert in case you didn't get to see the direct, that this is going to be coming for Switch 2, not for the original Switch, by the way. But I'm going to leave my own surprise of a song for the end. Before I end my own stream. I never gotten into split fiction when it was on PS5, but holy crap, we're getting EA Sports FC and Madden NFL for Switch 2. And I think Madden NFL is going to be getting Madden NFL 26 as soon as the Switch 2 comes out. Of course, Hogwarts Legacy. I have that one on PS5, by the way. I might potentially get this one again for another console. And it's going to be this one. I might get this game on this console eventually. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. That one looks awesome, by the way, too. And especially when you have one member of the Jackass crew being on this game. Plus, there's a thing called Skater Island, and it would bring you to Bikini Bottom. Like, what the hell? And then IO Interactive would actually do is announce both Hitman World of Assassination, and lastly, but not the very least, they would also announce Project 007. Yes, a James Bond game for Switch 2. Dun 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 dun. Yep. I love 007. I watched the movies, by the way. And then Square Enix would announce Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. And by the way, I was looking at the prices for most of the games that are coming out for Switch 2, by the way. Because the next game that would get announced would be Yakuza 0, the director's cut. I have the OG Yakuza 0, even though that one had Japanese voiceover in it. But this next game that gets announced gets English voiceover in it. Yeah. Yakuza 0 director's cut. Which adds new cutscenes. Newly added cutscenes. Which is through Koei Tecmo subsidiary AAA Game Studio. Not from Omega Force, by the way, with this one. I don't know why Omega Force isn't working on this game. But it doesn't even matter. This game, along with some of the others, are giving me hype up vibes for no sense of freaking reason. I am so hyped for most of these games coming over onto Switch 2. And I can't wait until I get my hands on a Switch 2 for myself. I might get one in December, right around Christmas time. The story leading into Tears of the Kingdom. So, if you haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet, spoilers, potentially. I'm just saying, there'll be spoilers for those that haven't played Tears of the Kingdom. Like, look away if you haven't played through Tears of the Kingdom like myself. And because this is Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment! Oh my god, that was so awesome. I have the prequel to that one, by the way. It's coming this winter. Like, oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Woo! I swear to god, man, I'm excited about Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. And then we get GameCube Nintendo Classics announced for Switch Online. Expansion Pass, by the way. Yep, GameCube. Oh my god. I could hardly believe it. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment was one of the games I'm excited for. And then 2K would actually go on ahead with announcing 4 of their own games for Switch 2 after this. Or I think it was Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 gets announced as they would go over to PS5, PS4, Switch, PC, and Switch 2. But I don't know why EA didn't get to announce freaking F1 on the Switch too. Because EA would have put that game on Switch 2 and it would sell like hotcakes. I can tell you that much. It would sell like hotcakes if it would have gotten announced on Switch 2. Just like how they would do on PS5 and Xbox Series and PC, by the way. Mind you, this is my opinion that EA should have also put another announcement for Switch 2 that they would have put F125 on there. Also, people are allowed to play games from Switch Online or even with the expansion pass, with the expansion pack or whatever. Anyways, let's go on to one of the surprises, which is Deltarune. I have not played Deltarune yet, so please don't spoil me on. Don't spoil the game for me because I haven't played any of the chapters for Deltarune. Plus, I never played Undertale for some reason too. Chapter 1 is waiting, Chapter 2, Chapter 3 and 4 are waiting. Deltarune is waiting. Deltarune available on Switch 2. It's on the same day as the Switch 2. Borderlands 4! Such awesomeness, by the way. This is so awesome, by the way. I have played Borderlands 2. I played a bit of Borderlands the pre-sequel. And let's not forget, I have been playing a bit of Borderlands 3. I had the prequel to Civilization 7 on Switch, by the way. Which that would be Civilization 7. And Civilization 6. I don't know what the hell was I even saying at this point. At this point, I'm getting flustered as to what in the world am I saying. And here comes some of the sports games. If those who like WWE 2K and NBA 2K like myself, I'm so excited for these two coming over Switch 2. Then we got Konami's little co-op survival adventure game, Survival Kids. Sorry, I had to take my melatonin. Anyways, let's go on through with this. And let's freaking go. Like, let's freaking go. With the sequel to Enter the Gungeon. With the sequel of roguelike action. Then we got another game. Here, which, if I remember correctly, this is going to be Star Seeker. Or was it something else entirely? Yep, Star Seeker coming next year. And then here comes CD Projekt Red as they announce Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. But yet Square would actually jump in to announce another game after Cyberpunk 2077. And here we go. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade coming over to Switch 2. First game of the trilogy. I'm sorry, I am nostalgic when it comes to the music. Because I have the game on PS5, by the way. But I do want to take my copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade on the go, possibly sooner or later. Then we got a sizzle reel of all the games that are coming out for Switch 2, including Silksong, for those who were waiting for that one. Goodnight Universe, 2 Point Museum, Wild Hearts S, I am excited about that one too, just like with Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening Complete Edition. Witchbrook, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, S, Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, Marvel The Cosmic Invasion, Star Wars Outlaws. Yet Star Wars Outlaws is so awesome, by the way. I can tell you that much. But Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening Complete Edition. Let's freaking go! Fast Fusion. Shadow Labyrinth. Also coming over to Switch 2. Raiden Remastered. Coming over there. No Sleep for Kaname Date. The Animal. Fortnite. Arcade Archives 2 Ridge Racer, the new Professor Layton, one in since the 3DS era, Tamagotchi Plaza, Human Fall Flat 2, but yet, for some reason, there'll be lies about that one after this one. I can tell you that much. If you thought that this one would be the last one, they're honestly joking, because there were 2 more games that would be coming over to Switch 2 after the Duskbloods. By the way, I had that same reaction as to that stream that I watched the direct from. And yet, I will tell you when exactly I would say it. I will tell you when exactly I will say it. I will say it when precisely From Software, you know, this company, this developer has done multiple games that are really good. And I have one of those games on PS4, which that would be Bloodborne. Speaking of Bloodborne, it looks like Bloodborne. It plays like Bloodborne. And I wondered, why did they not even put Bloodborne on here? Oh, maybe it's because it is a PlayStation IP. That's going to be the reason. And they wanted to differentiate from that one. And you get to play as a freaking vampire, man. Oh my god. Let's go. And yet, this one's coming out next year. On the year that I turned 30. Oh my god. I am so excited. I am so excited, by the way, for some of these games to come over to Switch 2. And I already know the price as well to it. But tomorrow I will be doing a live reaction to both of the days of Nintendo Treehouse Live. The Duskbloods, such an awesome game, by the way. I can tell you that much. But yet, there would be 2 more Nintendo games getting announced after this one from Software. I wonder why Atlas didn't announce any other games over on the Direct, though. I was looking forward to Persona 3 Reload and Metaphor Revanta Zeo coming over to Switch 2. But yet, both of them wouldn't be coming over yet. And this is going to be a new Kirby game, by the way. Because we have already earlier just saw the Switch 2 edition of a Kirby game that was on Switch 1, I believe. And that game would be Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Getting a Switch 2 edition. This is going to be the sequel to Kirby Air Ride. This is going to be Kirby Air Riders, by the way. I already seen what they would announce with this game back on April 2nd, which that was yesterday when I saw the Direct. Yeah. Kirby Air Riders. Director Masahiro Sakurai, as in the same creator of this as the Super Smash Bros. And Kid Icarus. And the last game that got announced for Switch 2 is going to be Donkey Kong Bonanza. How come I already known that? Well, you'll see for yourself. Right now. Also, I will turn off the browser after the direct itself is over. DK Donkey Kong. Yeah, for some reason. The big guy was known to having pants until just now. Because after all this time, Donkey Kong was known for his tie, his eccentric tie. This is going to be a first. But I'm going to have my own reactions for right at the direct as well. Like, why did Capcom didn't announce any Resident Evil games for Switch 2? You know, that sort of thing. Donkey Kong Bonanza, that one's coming out July 17th, which is on the day of my cousin Klaus Von Haven's birthday, by the way. Yep. There's going to be one with no game included, but there's one with the bundle. The one with the bundle is going to be $499.99. If you go for the console by itself, you can get it for $50 less than that. Anyways, I'm going to pause it right there, and I'm going to get rid of both of the sources that I was using from the direct stream. Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. And by the way, I just recorded my first song for 2025 back on March 31st, the day before April Fool's Day. And I hope you guys would enjoy this song. By the way, I hope you would enjoy the hooks that I give to this song. And I hope you guys would subscribe to me. Anyways, I'm gonna give it to the song that I have at the ready for me. Because this is my surprise to those who are watching the stream with me. Late night summer skies, running barefoot, you and I. Whispers under a silver moon. Every moment felt like June. We made promises, we kept them close. Every heartbeat, I felt the most. You pulled me in, I was mesmerized. In your eyes, I lost my disguise. I'm chasing fireflies in the dark of the night. Every glow, every spark, it feels like you're still by my side. Memories dance like the stars in this heart of mine. I'm chasing fireflies, forever entwined. Remember the bridge where we carved our names. Laughter echoed, we played our games. You slipped your hand so warm and so tight. For a moment, everything felt right. We made promises, we kept them close. Every heartbeat, I felt the most. Now I'm here, and but you're miles away. Just a ghost in the light of day. I'm chasing fireflies in the dark of the night. Every glow, every spark, feels like you're still by my side. Memories dance like the stars in this heart of mine. I am chasing fireflies, forever entwined. Days have turned to years, still I'm haunted by our cheers. Every corner whispers your name, but in my heart, it feels the same. But in my heart, it feels the same. But in my heart, it feels the same. I'm chasing fireflies in the dark of the night. Every glow, every spark, feels like you're still by my side. Memories dance like the stars in this heart of mine. I'm chasing fireflies, forever entwined. So I will run through the fields so wide. With your love, I always confide. In the shadows, I'll keep our dreams. Chasing fireflies, or so it seems. Well, that song is called Chasing Fireflies, by the way. Chasing Fireflies is my first original single, and well, I have to say this, but Chasing Fireflies is my first song for 2025. But I have more in the works, more on the pipeline for anybody who likes listening to music like I do. So look forward to it. And by the way, subscribe to my channel because I need more subs, by the way. And I had to say adieu for now because I have 2 days of Nintendo Treehouse live that I gotta stream tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, because I hope you guys will enjoy me streaming the Treehouse. Whoops, sorry. I was playing a bit of sound from the Switch 2 Direct from the ending. Well, anyways, I'm out of here. Bye.